In there? We're at Denver Automotive and Diesel College today, talking with Bob Orfield, part of our Education Expo on Jann Scott tonight. Well, Bob, thanks for allowing us to bring our cameras in here to your top secret facility and visit with you at the school. This is the...
While they're going to school, right up front. And if you look at it, that doesn't make a lot of sense on a business standpoint, but it does make a tremendous amount of sense on a school standpoint.
They're using the Sun MCS 2500 series. What they're doing is they're checking a base height on a different piece of equipment. They're checking for intermittence.
What is the difference between your school and other schools in terms of this?
2 years worth of schooling and a degree to show for it.
So they're working while they're going to school?
Absolutely.
In the automotive or diesel service industry.
Oh, really?
See, a lot of competitor schools, they'll promise a job upon graduation, and they'll encourage them to go to McDonald's and work as a sales clerk. Material and as in-depth as we do.
Computerized, what is it?
Diesel engine controls.
Computerized.
The engine that we're looking at right now is a Caterpillar 3406E. It's a computerized diesel engine. It's used in a large percentage of tractor-trailer applications right now.
The students that actually start.
80%.
That's
So this is a real school.
this is a real
Absolutely.
school.
Yeah.
100%.
But you know what I'm getting at. There are some of those schools out there that...
I will compete with any, in that curriculum, with any public school. Any public school. If they can prove a completion rate, start to finish, of their academic programs. In other words, if a student is going for an AOS degree or AAS degree program, 80% of them that started for that program complete that program of study.
Speed rear differentials on tractors, and he's got the whole class around here, and it all does basically the same thing. This group of students is looks like they're preparing to set the tone. In this,
See, a lot of, I don't know if there's a built-in prejudice there or not, but through the private or the public school sector, you know, K through 12, they constantly push, go to college, go to college, go to college, and they primarily push community college or four-year degree granting college.
Right.
They really ignore the private vocational aspect. And if you think about it, that's about 80% of our working sector is in an occupation, a technical trade. Sales, marketing, all kinds of different things that go along with that.
this board behind us lists past graduates of the college over the last 5 or 10 years, where they're working now, and we call it our success board. This is a professional organization that certifies technicians in that they basically know what they're talking about. They also do the same thing for schools. Industry representatives come in, they check the school curriculum out, and they specifies that basically we pass industry standards.
10 seconds.
What is the difference between your school and other schools in terms of this certification? This is hard to get, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's very hard to get. As a matter of fact, in the Denver area, I don't know of any other, or actually nationwide, I don't know of 2 or 3 other schools that have this certification. It's very rigorous, and they bring in a public education representative, an industry representative, and then a team leader. And they sit down and they go through everything as far as the school's concerned.
Well, thanks, Bob. This has been more fun than I could possibly imagine. This has been a great tour. This school is so big, it's got to be 1 million square feet. No, I mean, seriously, how big is this place? I'm exhausted walking around it.
It's approximately 17,000 square feet.
Here we are live at the Denver Automotive and Diesel College on Jann Scott tonight, part of our Education Expo. You know, if you can't get a job studying to become a sociologist, maybe you can get a job studying to become a diesel mechanic. They make pretty good money.
Oh, absolutely. On the auto side, they also average a very good.
Live at Denver Automotive and Diesel College on Jann Scott tonight. Everybody, Zachariah Brinkerhoff here at the Modern Institute of Reflexology. Thanks, Zachariah, having us come back to visit with you this year at the Institute.
Well, hey, it's great to have you back, Jan. It's always fun to have you because you're such a fun guy.
I know.
But I want you to get your feet down here on this roller, and I want them to get a shot. We got a new roller this year, and this is all part of Now, just set it. Just set it right down here. Put your toes on, just your toes.
Just my toes.
Pull it back, pull it way back. Just your toes. Just your toes. We'll speed that up.
Just the toes.
There you go. Now this is part of a dynamic full spectrum reflexology treatment. We got all kinds of things. We not only use hands, but we also use instruments of all kind. Now that's going to affect your neck and your head area. These are one of the things we teach our students to use in a regular reflexology treatment so that they can work on 2 people at one time and make more money. That's the name of the game this day. You got to stay ahead financially or you go under and then you can't help anybody.
Here, what tell us about reflexology?
Well, reflexology can be defined very simply with the word pedis cura. You ever hear that word before? Does it sound familiar?
No.
Well, modern day vernacular would be pedicure. So a manicurist or a pedicurist is really someone that heals the foot. Pedis is foot, cure is cure. A person that cures the feet, but they've gotten away from that. They're mostly into cosmetic outward appearance. So it's our job as the Modern Institute of Reflexology to take them back to their roots of curing the foot. Hey, Jann, do you remember this last time you were here?
Oh, no! No, it doesn't hurt.
Okay. Okay, what this is, it's the pneumatic-powered air hammer. We'll get a picture of it here for everybody to see. Now we're going to put that right on your foot. Hey, how's that feel, buddy? Now, this is what I call the great equalizer. This makes the student equal to the task. Imagine a little 110-pound gal trying to work on these big feet of yours. Why, with this, it makes it easy, see? There we go. So the full spectrum reflexology method. Yeah, that's old woodpecker over there. Boy, this just makes reflexology fun, I tell you. Especially when I see that look on your face. You like it? You like it? Now this is true pedicure here, pedicure. We're actually healing the foot and healing the body through the feet. That's what reflexology is. If we hit a sore place here, it might be a bone out of position, so we put it back. But if it's not, if it's a reflex, we work it and then that helps the body. Either way, we're healing the body and the feet by working on the feet. Yeah, I was going down the street of Denver one day and Marshall Mulqueen came walking along. He's the city and county of Denver marshal. He saw my piece sitting on my lap and I said, "Hey, Mike, how you doing?" He said, "Hey, Zach." Well, Marshall Mulqueen's been coming to me for 8 years, and he's a student in our school now. I said, "Hey, Marshall." His eyes went down and saw the badge, and I says, "Hey, you want to see my piece?" He said, "Sure." So I want to show you this because this is a critical part of our treatment. This is Star Trek medicine. This is our laser. I'm going to turn it on now. I'm going to go right into Jann's feet here.
Oh, cool. Is this new?
Yeah, this is a 100 milliwatt infrared laser. It's 830 nanometers of We run it right into the foot, and that prepares the foot for dynamic, world-class foot joint mobilization, reflex alignment, glide, bone set, snap technique procedure. And chiropractors would just say, "I'm going to manipulate your foot," but we have a long, drawn-out explanation. Now, this prepares the foot for what I'm going to show you in a couple of minutes here after we've thoroughly lasered it.
I can't feel a thing.
Well, no, you can't feel anything because it's light, and it's creating the photobiologic effect. It's going in and causing breaks in the DNA molecule to repair. It's causing the mitochondria in the cell to swell up to twice their size, put out electrical energy, and get with the program. It induces healing, causes healing to occur very quickly.
Great.
Okay, now that we've lasered the foot and prepared all the tissues for a dynamic world-class foot joint mobilization, reflex alignment, bone snap set technique procedure, I'll go ahead and just run you through this real quickly. First thing we do is bring the foot to 90 degrees, and this is what we teach our students, one of the things. Give it a little pull there to open up the ankle. Yours was pretty good. Now just relax your foot. Let it relax. There we go. That sets the ankle bone back up on the heel bone, or the talus back up on the substentaculum tali of the navicular. The calcaneus. Now we're going to do the navicular, just drive it in to lock the talus into place. Now we're doing that bone that plays a part in hallux valgus, or bunion, where the toe up here, this bone sticks way out. There we go. Work those 3 cuneiforms, and we open up the toes there. There we go. So that's the little procedure that we take people through to get the feet all set up. Now we're going to oscillate your feet. And they don't make these machines anymore, but this is really a wild machine. Look at that go. What this does, this opens up all the articulations of the 37 joints of each foot in a way that we couldn't do just by hand manipulation. But look at those toes go. Look at those little boogers just flipping away.
Look at those little boogers.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're going to feel great when this shuts down.
Reaction shot, right?
Now what I do is I just pull your toes right against the oscillator plate there. And that gives you a good reflex stimulation that's going to affect your head, your neck, your eyes.
Excuse me. Yeah,
Okay, now we're getting your toes. You feel pain there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's up in your head, maybe your eyes, your teeth, could be your neck.
You're kidding me.
Could be your bald head, Jan. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll make hair grow.
You mean that part affects your teeth is affected?
Oh yeah. Yeah, if someone has a cyst, I can work that tooth right through the toe.
Oh, because I am having problems with these teeth. It's interesting.
On that side over there?
Yeah.
Okay, now tell me, which side's the source? This side or this side?
That's
This side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now notice these toes are more sore on this left side because the teeth on the left side are giving you trouble. So we'll just work those, and that'll open up the flow of negative DC current into that area, and it'll bring healing into the area of the teeth. It will help the body to heal itself. See, all we're doing is triggering the body's self-healing processes, chemical, electrical, and then by using laser, bringing in the light or photon aspects of healing. Our school program is a home study combined with a finishing school. It's a 350-hour program. 250 hours of that program is home study, audio, video, written lessons, and then there's a 3-day or a 20-hour what we call finishing school. We reach out to people out of state. We're bringing people into the state of Colorado for their finishing school. And then we check them out, and if they pass the tests at the end of finishing school, they're a certified, credentialed reflexologist, and they're able to go in and they're able to get a professional business license in whatever state recognizes the Colorado Department of Higher Education Division of Private Occupational Schools.
Zachariah Brinkerhoff here at the Modern Institute of Reflexology in Denver on Jann Scott Tonight. Part of our Education Expo that we do every year. We bring interesting and unusual occupational schools to you. Look at this. What's going on with my feet? I feel like I'm in the movie Waterworld.
I said, on your mark. Not ready to freeze. Get set, go!
Good.
Well, I finally did it. I became a polar bear. God, it is cold. I can't believe jumping in 30-degree weather. That's it. Jann Scott Tonight. We did it. We bring it live to you now to the stock show. God, this is insane. I gotta go jump in the hot tub.
Well, welcome to the 90th National Western Stock Show on Jann Scott Tonight. This year, 1996, we're going to go back to the rodeo. We'll have a barn tour today, look at all the different animals. Then we're going to some of the cowboys' favorite restaurants. Going to Luke's Steakhouse, the Broker, talk about beef, talk about animals, look at large animals, talk to cowboys, bringing it all to you on Jann Scott Tonight. Notice that I'm dressed as a yuppie today. I am not a cowboy. Of course, you would know that. Coming up next on your television. We're back here again with Bill Saul, 90th National Western Stock Show. Bill, thanks for taking some time out of your busy schedule to talk with us again on Jann Scott Tonight. I'm reading in the press that this year so far, as of today, huge numbers showing up here at the stock show.
Yeah, they certainly have been. Of course, the weather's been very good. We expect the attendance to hit over 600,000 by the end of the show, which of course ends Sunday afternoon with the draft horse show and the rodeo final.
What are some of the things that we're going to look at on this year's show that people didn't see last year that they can, maybe expect to see next year when they come?
Well, there hasn't been that much really different added to the schedule. It's just that it's a longer schedule. We had to add 3 days on the front end to accommodate all the horse exhibits. Our horse exhibits have quadrupled in the last 2 years, which forced us to open the show 3 days earlier. the rodeo is certainly on the same schedule as it has been in past years. We have some special acts. One thing that's new, the Budweiser Clydesdales are here for the first time in 5 years. We got the team that was in the Rose Bowl parade here. We have Jerry Wayne Olson and his trained buffalo as a specialty act also, which is in the rodeo. On the livestock side, there really hasn't been that much added to the show. We do have a show the final weekend, Sunday afternoon, for elk, which is sort of a different addition. They're breeding.
They have elk
now.
riding?
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, no, they're breeding elk for show, and of course, another new thing this year is in our Hall of Education, or Expo Hall on the 3rd floor, we have a special beef exhibit. It's a walkthrough exhibit, 24,000 square feet, and it's to promote beef and the many uses of beef and educate people to what the value of beef industry is to America.
To talk about the rodeo for a second, this year more than ever on TNN, on the Nashville Network, they've had more professional rodeoing than I've ever seen before. What's going on in that sport?
Well, it's a burgeoning sport, and our prize money this year is a record $460,000, and there are some contestants that think that that's not enough. They're trying to upscale the prize money throughout the United States, and they're doing their best to do that. And of course, their squabble mostly is with the PRCA.
That's right. They're organizing this year. The Cowboys are organizing into a professional sports union, which I guess is good for the Cowboys, huh? Because they haven't had one in the past. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. That's sort of up to them. We put up $141,000 in prize money, which is $100,000 more than it was 12, 15 years ago. And we've certainly increased our contribution. The thing that makes it tough on the Cowboys is their own entry fees, which they establish themselves.
Yeah.
They have to pay from $275 to $375 just to enter rodeo, which makes it pretty steep. Of course, that's the way they build up the jackpots.
Bill Saul here at the National Western Stock Show in Jann. Whereabouts is it? What do you do with pigeons?
Well, they show them.
Right on your left. And Gavin Ehringer. Gavin is a freelance photographer for Western Horseman magazine. Jennifer goes to CSU, and we are at Children's Ranchland, is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Children's Ranchland is done by FFA. It's manned this year by Bennett FFA, and it's an opportunity to allow city children to be able to work.
Looks like he's getting ready to kick you.
Oh, no. I don't know how much.
They're cute.
2.5 months old.
Okay. Should we look at Barney? Is he a big attraction or not? Ducks. I never saw diving ducks before.
These are chicks that come in, and to get in the pool, they have to get food, they have to jump off a diving board into the pool.
Next we go over to Luke's Steakhouse, which is a 3rd generation Colorado family growing beef here in Colorado. All natural beef at Luke's Steakhouse. Coming up next on your television. We're at Luke's Steak Place. It's at Kipling and I-70. Some of the in Denver. Let's talk about the steak. Some of this is really thick, and I know that you have, all of your beef is especially, the cows are especially grain fed. I mean, this is really good beef. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, when I started Luke's, my whole intent was to serve. And the short side is the fillet side, which you're cutting into now.
The fillet side. How can I tell this?
To be fed with no drugs. Then they have it shipped to them, they process it, and then once it's graded out by the USDA, they select the best of the prime loins and they put it in a 30-day aging room for me. And then we have it shipped to us direct, and then we put another 10 days age on it here. So we think that, well, we keep it at 35 degrees in cold storage, and we it's dried cold-dried aged beef.
Let's talk about what's in front of us now. What do we have here?
Well, the first dish in front of me is the filet and lobster combination. That's an 8-ounce lobster tail and a 8-ounce filet. Here is just a large 13-ounce filet.
Look at this
with
guy.
a baked potato.
This is unbelievably look. I've never seen. This is unreal. This is delicious. Perfect. What's special about it?
Well, I think they're just jumbo shrimps.
Can you try it? Look at the size of this. This is the size of a, what do they call it? You throw it and it comes back. I will not throw this, but I'm going to try to bite into it. Oh, the sauce is really good. You make that yourself?
Yes, we do.
That's not canned sauce. That's delicious. Let's get started. Let's get started. Best jobs in TV. You get to come out to fine restaurants like Luke's and eat, and you get to watch us on TV. Are you open? When are you open till at night?
We open from 5. We're licensed to stay open till 2. Generally, we're out here around midnight.
This is a dinner place. Dinner,
right.
Evening.
Yes, this is evening only.
So if you're watching the TV show tonight, you can come down here and eat. A lot of times, when we do our television show, we'll be in a restaurant and they're closed. So those of you who complain, stop complaining. No. Not gonna let him.
The dressing was devised by my daughter, who is one of these salad nuts and just mixes her own dressings, and they're all wonderful. So we spent about 2 weeks portioning this one out, and it's lemon juice and olive oil and red wine vinegar and various Italian seasonings, and it's wonderful.
Here, I'll just turn it for you, Zach. How's that?
Homemade cheesecake with fresh strawberries, which was a recipe that my grandmother had, and it's the most unusual cheesecake I've ever tasted, and I've had it all over the world, and it's the best I've ever had.
All right, let me try it, because I'm a connoisseur of cheesecake.
Okay.
We'll just bite in here. It's beautiful looking, isn't it? Yeah. The problem is you can't eat this through television, but, well, okay. Go ahead. Here we go. Try. Ooh. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is really good.
It really is.
This is good. I'll have another piece. A cheesesteak recipe over 200 years old. From the authentic and original West. This is Western cheesecake. Made by cowboys. French cowboys.
And you saw it here on Luke's.
That's right. They got sick of beans back in the Wild West, and Luke's, was your grandmother original Wild Westerner? Must have been.
She was
Swedish.
They homesteaded in Palisade up by Grand Junction.
Is that right?
I'm a 4th generation Colorado.
It's been an honor. Appreciate coming here. We now go back to the stock show, to the rodeo on Jann Scott Tonight, our coverage of the 90th annual National Western Stock Show.
We'll do that.
Okay, that's the Western Airs running out.
We need to let Jeff get those.
Once so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's glass gleaming, whose broad stripes are spangled, banner yet waving.
watching Jann Scott Tonight, coverage of the National Western Stock Show. We're at the rodeo now, bringing it all to you live on your television set. Bronc riding.
This is bareback riding. What it is the cowboys that are crazy enough get on the back of these horses and try to ride them. They stay on them for 8 seconds in order to receive a score. Okay, the strap on the back of the horse is also put on a bull. It's the bucking strap. That is used because it's the most humane way. They don't, at the National Western Stock Show and at all PRCA rodeos. The whole thing about this is that we want him to, this is natural bucking. All it is it's a tight strap around the back, in front of the back legs, and even on humans that would be very uncomfortable. I mean, it's like having pants really too tight, make you really antsy. And then as soon as the ride is over, they take them off.
But it doesn't count for or against my score at this point.
That clown in the pink jacket is Leon Coffey.
Let's come back with an 80 on horse 2, and we'll be seeing you Sunday. They have the luxury to do that.
I like it.
Look at him ducking now.
There's one, his last name is Washington, who's become a singer now.
Sideways, I can't see you. Boy, oh boy, where'd that steer go? Snapways. Look at that steer, said, hey, I drew the big guy and got away on his first steer. Lays that one down.
Are you sure about that?
I'll tell you what, that is not, you guys are all confused. I know the real story. Mike Dickey, hang on, Mike. Boy, oh boy, did they run the wrong ways. The steer did not go the right way. The clock is still running. Crazy things he always says. It didn't work. Can we start over, Mike? Mike said, forget it. It's too late. It is too late.
When does that hurt? Does that hurt the calves or not? Or?
No, these are steers.
Steers.
Did you say that was Sticks Brothers?
No, it doesn't hurt him.
Hang on. 5 seconds flat.
Next on Jann Scott Tonight, Jann Scott gets a Dodge truck stuck in the mud.
I do not.
Yeah, you do.
I know how to drive.
No, you don't.
Paying attention to these guys. Well, Dodge trucks are the official truck for
Jim Hofstadter, call extension 233, Jim.
Everybody meet Brett Cooper. He is Colorado's foremost expert on the new Dodge truck line. Thanks, Brett, for allowing us to come over to Advantage, visit with you, showing us some trucks here. What's happened with Dodge? You guys have changed. I mean, Chevy and Ford dominated the truck scene, and suddenly you see Dodge trucks all over ranches and farms all over the United States.
Well, since they came out, basically what has happened is the new design, if you notice, the new design really caught on. But that's only basically the start. This particular truck is a 1996 one-ton dually club cab. These things are extremely hard to come by. Basically, the reason for it is just because the trailer we have, and it will enable you to pull in these mountains we have around here very easily.
That thing's huge.
It's a giant. It's about 18,000 pounds. You're not going to find a whole lot of trucks out there that will do that. The dual wheels here enable you to pull a fifth wheel trailer easily. You don't have all that wave back and forth. If you notice inside the bed here, these little slots here are for 2x6 boards, and you can actually run them across here and put plywood on top and make a false bed for storing whatnot, keeping things out of the weather. This truck has an added Infinity cassette player, or a CD player with 6 speakers in here. That's optional from the factory. It's got air conditioning, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, tilt steering, cruise control, the full gauge package, It's also got cargo and dome lamps in this particular truck. It's got the nice little power outlet here, which means that you can plug in your cell phone, radar detector, whatever you'd like to plug in here. Also, it has fog lamps in the front and these nice cup holders that fold out here as well. The big nice thing about this particular truck, and I don't know if you can see it or not, is this fold-down center console. Now, this fold-down center console enables you to seat 3 people. But you open this and it's got a lot of nice places for your cell phone, a laptop computer, because you guys are in the 20th century now, and so forth. Other storage makes it really nice to get to. Now, I'm going to lift the hood up. It's very easy, and you notice it goes way up out of your way.
Oh yeah, you don't bang your head on this one.
Don't bang your head on there, and if you notice, there's still plenty of room to get in there and tinker around with things. But basically, this little deal here is what you get up and stand on. Now, I'm way up here, and I can... so forth that's in the engine. It's very stable.
You can step in here too, can't you?
You betcha. You sure could. There's a little step there as well. 2 years in a row, the single cab, and then this year when the club cab came out, it was also the truck of the year. That's never happened before.
Well, that's it here from Advantage Dodge. We're going to go back to the stock show. Brett Cooper, thanks very much for giving us a tour demonstration of the new Dodge trucks. I'm Jann Scott, and you're watching our coverage of the 90th National Western Stock Show live on your TV set. Nipping.
Yeah. As any female in the class. I'd like to maybe see her with a little more natural thickness from her hooks to her pins for as big a female as she is. And maybe just a little...
So this one over here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this one. Wait, we gotta wait for Jeff.
This morning and blow dried him, and they'll primp and preem for hours to make these cattle look good for the show. He doesn't look too happy.
What's your bull's name?
I don't know what his name is.
You don't know what his name is? All right.
Cattle here, and these shows are just like beauty queen pageants. They'll get these cattle all dressed out and looking good, and when they're all ready to go into the arena, they look like $1 million.
My name's Dinah Peebles. I'm from Hotchkiss, Colorado. These are
Thanks. Nice guys, huh? Will you eat them? Or somebody?
No. We keep them in the heifers and calves. We breed back and just raise the calves up. The bulls we sell, but we don't ever eat them.
All right, what's your name and what you doing?
Oh, my name's Jenny Barker, and getting ready to fit this bull for the show.
Oh, he seems pretty friendly.
He's not too bad.
And he's letting you lead him around. Can I pet him?
Yeah.
Hey bud, how are you? I don't understand why those cowboys have a problem riding bulls. This guy's so friendly.
He's been broke though ever since he was a baby.
Oh.
We're still in the barns down underneath the Coliseum, and we have miniature horses on my right, and then over in the other aisle we have sheep.
You know, oh, Jeff's over there. We have enough. Now we can go back.
They're lovable. Some miniature horses are even smaller than these full-grown. We're going to go over to the other aisle to look at the sheep over there that were in the competition last night and the night before.
Eggs here. There's two really nice ones right here.
I think they're just trying to eat.
Oh, okay. But I think you can get a shot of these sheep. Oh. Let's just get the pigs.
And he's just digging around looking for something to eat. He's not going to make any noise right now. They usually make noise when they're lonely.
He is making noise.
You're welcome. We have a white Ford, pickup 350, dually, Colorado Place 1, TJ 479, or down at the
Next, we go to the Broker Steakhouse in downtown Denver, where some of the finest prime beef is eaten here in Colorado. We're at the Downtown Broker here with Jerry Fritzler, who's the general manager, part of our coverage of the 90th annual National Western Stock Show in Denver. Thanks, Jerry, for inviting us in with a TV show to visit with you.
Great, thank you. Welcome.
Lots of cowboys coming?
Oh, we have lots of them every day.
Horses? Does anybody bring a horse down into the Broker?
You know, we haven't, but they've parked up front. The parades and stuff, it's been real fun. This broker was started in 1972. It was the first of the brokers. It was an old bank vault. It was the Never National Bank. And the building was built in 1903. It was one of the first skyscrapers actually west of the Mississippi. And since then, you know, the bank has moved and traded out, and we turned it into a restaurant. And we've been very successful for now 23 years.
It is beautiful. Beautiful chandelier, nice room to have dinner in.
Oh, it's a very gorgeous room. Private, one of the many private rooms we have at the Broker Restaurant. Okay, what you're looking at here is the wine cellar. What this originally was, it was a Federal Reserve Bank, and this is where they used to keep all the gold bullion in their stocks and bonds down here. We converted it into a wine cellar. It's approximately 45 to 47 feet underground. So it maintains a constant temperature, and humidity is very high, so which is really good for storing wine.
In the Broker Wine Cellar, downtown 17th and Champa on Jann Scott Tonight, part of our coverage of the National Western Stock Show. Next, we eat beef.
Dominic Mena is our executive chef here, and what he's going to do is kind of give a brief description of some of the samplings of dishes you can receive at the Broker Restaurant here.
Okay, Dominic, this looks great. What have you laid out for us today?
Well, let's start with our complimentary shrimp, peeling shrimp.
This is what every guest sees when they sit down at your table. This is what we bring you. It's our peeling Gulf shrimp. So, if you can eat all that, you can give you more. Right. It's quite a healthy portion.
Sure. Dominic? Yeah. Okay. Just tell me what this is. Just I need a name for it.
We'd like to get you off to a really good start. The next dish we have here is
it's blackened buffalo prime. Colorado right now. I love serving mixed grills because you get a sampling just about everything. What we have here today is a blackened buffalo prime rib and our Colorado rack of lamb, served with a port wine shallot sauce, and then a grilled chicken breast with our supreme sauce.
The next dish we like to speak about here is our ribeye. This is our cowboy steak. We're famous for that. Every year at Stock Show time when the cowboys come in, they love to come down and have beef. This is one of our best dishes here.
Do they actually eat this? They do. I can't sell enough of them. As you can see, it's a healthy portion. It's 30 ounces.
What is this? This has a big bone sticking out of it.
It's a 30 ounce ribeye. Cowboy steak. It's a 30 ounce ribeye. Roast beef. It's Colorado. Good. It's what? Our surf and turf. Surf and turf. Steak and lobster.
Lobster tail, cold water tail served with the filet. Dominic, you want to add something to that?
Well, again, excellent. It's thanks a lot. It's also a generous portion. We have a 9-ounce tail on here and a 6 to 7 ounce filet of beef, tenderloin, and again, it's also huge.
Okay, what we have here is the next dish is right up in front there. We've got pork chops. Okay, and
it's 2 7-ounce French pork chops. And I serve that with an apple cider pistachio sauce. Quite a unique blend of flavors in that dish, and very popular.
Let's talk about the wine. That's it. I just need a cutaway. I need a close-up shot.
And it goes well with just about everything you see here. You can eat it with steak. You can eat it with seafood. So it's a nice blend between the two.
Well, thank you both very much, Jerry, Dominic, for the sumptuous meal, the tour of the Broker downtown.
Pork chops, and I serve that with an apple cider pistachio sauce.
Pleasure having you.
Yep, thanks, guys. Thank you. Good to see you.
Great, thank you.
Back to the bull riding. Well, next we're going to do a barn tour here on Jann Scott Tonight. We're going to go and look at pigs, cattle, horses, large animals on our coverage of the 90th National Western Stock Show. And Mr. Chris, take this. He's either extremely excited to see these kids or terrified of them. Is this your show, Cal?
No, it's not mine. It's what I'm working on. Somebody. The lady right back there. She owns this effort.
Very huge, but the Brahmin bulls used for the rodeo are even bigger. That was when he was born. Halved.
Do they get? Is he big for a 3-year-old?
Nope, he's about the right size for a 3-year-old bull. I don't know if he'll get any bigger. I think the age 2 is the ending of the growth age.
These are big.
Yeah, these are bulls. Bulls they're going to be used for the cattle show, not for the rodeo. I guess the difference is...
Thanks.
Actually, bulls aren't primarily used for eating. Those are steers. Your objective in raising cattle is to raise steers, but you need bulls to provide the breeding stock, and that's really what these guys' job is.
Look out, Jeff, that one's going to take a piss on you. He's got his tail raised. Is he about to... Well, this is the brand new family lawnmower put out by John Deere. Now in Boulder, of course, where all the Californians move in, have big lawns and everything, we prefer one of these here. This is a John Deere 7800 dual wheel, big front wheel in the front. This will do a lot of things. It'll drive over a Honda, it'll tear up a golf course, it'll put in a golf course. You can plow the field, you can plant carrots and potatoes in your front yard. This is Boulder's next vehicle for the 1990s when the world collapses.
This is Cord Rauba. We're at the Denver Buffalo Company booth here at the stock show, and this, of course, is a cowboy's favorite animal right here, the sheep. And we know why, don't we? Because...
Oh, God. Everybody loves Roxanne. Everybody buys this. Every child's favorite toy.
So you were...
This is a genuine bighorn sheepskin Roxanne rocking horse.
Yep.
That we sell in holiday stores throughout the country and also in the Denver area.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the Denver Buffalo Company and your stores, because I know you have 2 new stores you're opening up.
Yep.
Whereabouts?
We have a store right now at Villa Italia that's been open for the holidays, and we're keeping that store open, and we're also doing a grand reopening at South Glen Mall, both in the Denver area here. We have a store in Fairfield, California we're keeping open, and one in Arizona.
Okay, cowboy putter.
Yeah.
Can you demonstrate it?
Yeah, well, I can't demonstrate it, but I can tell you a little bit about it. It's everybody's favorite gift for the golf pro.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you don't have to spend a whole lot of money, and it's kind of a unique way to give them something.
4! Right at the, you will drive golf balls at the... So let's talk about the stores.
Actually, our primary business in the past has been holiday retail. We started out doing bighorn sheepskin stores and Denver Buffalo Company stores across the country. We have now combined them into kind of a general store concept. You see, over here we have our mountain style brownie mix. We've got some burger and meat seasonings, Buffalo Will's mustard for those who like a little spice in them.
That's Will McFarland,
Yeah, that'd be him.
the founder.
That's right. And then we've got our Buffalo Sticks. We're popular at opening at South Glen Mall in the beginning of February, actually.
A store that's just like this.
Just like this, a lot more product, a lot larger.
You come to the stock show every year?
Yes, we do.
Why? Why Buffalo? Why?
It's where all the good people hang out, all the cowboys and buffalo lovers of the world. Over here in this basket we have our cowboy bug killer, which is obviously a very refined tool where you take it out here, place your bug here, and you kill your bug.
I love it.
We've got our, we also have the cowboy shot mugs. We've got the Denver Buffalo Company jerkies and sausages that everybody likes to buy because they're half the cholesterol.
Are these good?
They're absolutely excellent. Yep, very popular.
What the heck's this? It looks like a cow pie.
This is the cousin to the cow pie. Here we have the prairie patty, 14 ounces of genuine fudge, something that everybody has to get at Christmas time and they keep coming back.
Oh my God.
These are all our sheepskin rugs. They're all bighorn sheepskin. We've got them on all different sizes, different shapes.
Oh, look at them. Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, they're very, very comfortable, nature's insulated. These are our Huggies. They're also hard.
What does that mean, Huggy?
Huggies is kind of an outgrowth of our house slippers, which are called the Snuggies.
Oh, they're nice. That's nice.
The Snuggies are actually the house slippers that have no hard sole on them, and the knees, as opposed to that, have the hard sole on the bottom of them. So Snuggies turned into Huggies.
Sheepskin, huh? This is from a black sheep.
Yes, a black
and
sheep
a white
family.
sheep.
Yes, they are.
Multicultural skins.
Yes, they are.
Thanks, Cord, for taking some time, giving us a tour. of the Denver Buffalo Company today here on our coverage of the 90th National Western Stock Show on Jann Scott Tonight. Gavin Erringer is with the press here at the National Western Stock Show. He also writes for Western Horseman magazine, and he's one of the people giving us a tour on our coverage of the 90th National Western Stock Show on Jann Scott Tonight. So behind us, what are we looking at here, Gavin? Maybe you can tell us a little bit about the horse show scene.
Well, this is mostly just a warm-up area. Actually, the riders will be competing in the other arena. But what happens here, it's spirited, and the person watching will call it a little out of control. There's also a reining horse trainer in the arena working, just kind of walking, 400 or 500 pounds all the way up to draft horses weighing a ton each. These people are going to be showing in this arena. They're trying to win national points, which goes on to win, leads to national titles in the different horse show events. There's paint horses, thoroughbred horses, Appaloosa horses, all varieties of horses showing here at the Denver.
The veterinary end, because I think the trainer I know is in there still.
Area right now. This is where people stall their horses, can keep their horses during the show. A lot of grooming is involved in getting one of these horses ready and one of these riders ready for the show. Looks like not only is the horse getting its hair shined up and straightened out and pretty, but so is the gal who's going to be riding that horse today.
Look at all the ribbons just above you there to the right. Huge amount of ribbons. What is that?
Well, I think it goes to show you that this kind of preparation, this hours of painstaking effort that we're seeing going on here really pays off in show ribbons. Of course, these people also have some excellent horses, and that's really what the judges are looking at, the quality of the horses, but obviously to show a horse to its best advantage, everything's got to be perfect. We've got a horse that looks like it's going to be shown in the freestyle reining today. They decorate him up, costume him up, get him ready for the show, and make him look pretty exciting. I think this one is obviously probably a Colorado entree here.
This is Terramove Cody. He's from one of the many ones I've worked with forever. He's going to be ridden in the freestyle today by Terry. Quit it. And they're not here.
And you're familiar with this horse, right?
Oh yeah, I've known this horse since middle school.
Hey, Cody.
Are
there any kitties here? Cats?
You kids? Children?
No, kitty cats. 4 paws.
No, not in these barns. Those are at the home training centers.
You actually have cats. Is there a cat rodeo?
No.
Like lassoing cats? Gavin, how about cat rodeo? Rounding up cats, riding cats?
I've never seen a cat rodeo, but it'd be something I'd really like to see, I think.
Here with Valerie and Kelly at the Miller Stockman booth of the 90th National Western Stock Show. It's me, Cowboy Jann, on your television, going to show you some of the finest fashions in Western wear this year. I'm lucky, aren't I? I know it. You guys on the couch at home. You wish you were here, don't you? Yes. Thanks, girls.
Came from the
This shirt, is this your shirt too, the authentic Rocky shirt?
Absolutely, that is the brand of the jean, and it's
Everywhere. So hot that they wouldn't allow her to be on camera. Why? Because it's those people from SAG. I'll take a nap.
I'll take a nap on it, though.
Huh?
We're at the Coliseum.
How much money do you spend at the stock show every year?
To sponsor. We
Yeah,
have
if you don't want to answer anything, just tell me.
$40,000.
So you spend $40,000?
Yes, we do.
Kathy, you are so
The black guy, Jeff, the black guy, I think that's Andrew Adams, his name tag. There's one in Boulder.
Now, one thing I want you to know about Philip Miller, and actually I knew Philip Miller, to show you how old I am. and he was the chairman of the board by the time I was...
You were his teenage romance, weren't you?
No, but I was a kid right out of college when I got my job, and Philip Miller was the chairman of the board, and he just lived a few years after that. But he was a darling man, and what he is reputed to have done is to invent the Western shirt.
Western wear.
Very classic Western wear, and what he has on is a standard issue for all good cowboys. He must have on his Wrangler jeans. You notice they've been to in a movie, and he had on an ordinary shirt, which was very upsetting to Philip Miller. So he designed one for him, because for years, the major business of Miller was making men's Western shirts. And to this day, we still get cards and letters from people who love to send us pictures of themselves and their grandparents and their great-grandparents in their Miller shirts. Well, I think the most important thing to know about Western wear, and there is that no matter what happens in fashion, and God love Garth Brooks, we send him a love letter every year for what he did for putting us back on the map with the country music and all, is that it really never changes. It's a very classic look. There's an old joke about what it doesn't show it points to, but all the facts of Western wear are really very...
Now, I didn't get that. What it doesn't show, it points to. I don't think I understand.
Well, we're talking yokes. Not jokes, but yokes.
Okay.
And the cool thing about this is that every single thing has a real reason. Well, I'm proud to introduce Michael Miller. He is a regional director for Miller Stockman, because we do have stores in 4 states. And what he has on is a standard issue for all good cowboys. He must have on his Wrangler jeans. You notice they've been to the dry cleaners. We have to have a nice sharp crease in our jeans. We have to have a stack on the floor. Cowboy jeans are long for a reason. You know, when you bend your knee, you don't want any high waters on your pants. And Michael is wearing actually the only really new thing that's happened in Western wear for a long time, and that's these Ariat boots. And Ariat, what they did is they took all that technology that the sneaker industry, that the athletic footwear industry is so proud of, and Ariat put it into the Western boot. Well, I think one of the reasons Western wear is so popular is because it's so enormously flattering. It's a nice fitted clothing, and this is a nice takeoff on the yokes. Yokes are a big part of cowboy clothing because they have a real practical use for protection, but there's an old saying about Western wear, what it doesn't show it points to, and so in a nice looking outfit for a woman, you'll see a lot of beautiful yokes and very flattering necklines, and that's certainly shown on Valerie today.
Well, we're back at Nature's Own Imagination again. This Christmas, looking at what's hot and what's not for Christmas season. Our tour guide this year, Heather. Thanks, Heather, for having us by. Thank you. Visit with you.
Thank you very much. One of our most popular items this year is geodes, amethyst geodes that are sliced and can be set on a mantelpiece, in front of the fireplace, or on a desk as a paperweight. They are sliced agate from Brazil. We also have a wide collection of fossil fish. They are actual fish that are in sandstone and have been preserved there. And they make wonderful gifts for children.
Real fossils from real fish?
Real fossils from real fish. One of our most popular items for the holiday seasons is soapstone from Kenya. This soapstone is graded a 1 in hardness, so it is very easy to carve. It is dyed with all vegetable dyes, so you can't set them in sunlight or get them wet, or else they will come off. But they are beautiful pieces. We have candlesticks, boxes, statues in a variety of animals. We have dishes, cups, and vases of all sizes. And we also have a few game boards. These are one of our most popular items. They are made of cactus, and the prickles have been taken off and turned inside and glued in there, and then beads and rocks have been put inside. And here's what the inside of a rain stick looks like.
Yikes! Scary looking. What do you do with them?
Oh, you can play them, or they're for relaxation and meditation, or just for fun. We also have a selection of earth marks, which are made here in Boulder. And they have beautiful imprints of leaves and flowers. These are bamboo and coconut shell chimes. They make a wonderful gift for windy Boulder. We have a grizzly bear who's awfully friendly looking.
Meg.
A grrr.
That was not very ferocious.
Oh, he's not very ferocious looking.
Right.
We also have African masks, which all resemble different things in their society. They are made of wood and are hand carved and brought to us. And thank you, Jann Scott, for coming to visit us at Nature's Own Imagination this year. And it's been nice to see you again. We haven't had anyone in here as big as you since Robert Redford stopped by.
Are you saying something about my weight?
Well, that's it here from the National Western Stock Show and Jann Scott tonight. Hope you enjoyed this year's show. We'll see you next time.